Hey everyone, welcome and thank you so much for being with me here today on this channel, Blossoming Souls, your channel to come to listen, to learn, to thrive, to feel, and to experience whatever it is that you need to experience in this moment. There is no wrong moment. Time is energetically endless, and so whenever you listen to this message, it is the perfect timing for you. This is Blossoming Souls, your channel. I'm so happy to be here with you today on this Sunday, December 15th, 2024. And as we go further into this month and head into the end of the year, I am reminded of all the things that have happened throughout the year, the blessings, the challenges, the events, the shifts, the moments of clarification, right? The moments of light bulb going off over our head. It is just endless opportunities to find blessings in those experiences. And so as I am here with you today, I am humbled in the presence of this loving energy that I call God, the universe, and all that is. And it feels so connected right now. I feel connected to that beautiful source of energy that fills me with hope, with all of the lightness that needs to be in our lives. I feel a strength that is bigger, blessed, divinely inspired, and it feels very like an energetic match, finally a flow that is here with me and hopefully for you too. And so in really feeling into what is today, I kept hearing, speak from your heart, because that is your truth. And so I can't help but feel that a lot of you are going to have some kind of conversation, starting with yourself, to yourself, but extending out to others. It is not necessarily a conversation of, hey, I've been thinking this isn't working. It's more of a conversation of, I finally found the strength bear with me, this is emotional. I finally found the strength to be me. It's like being on a long journey, a voyage for years, never really fully knowing or living in your true energy. But Spirit says it's time now. My voice is just, I feel the need to really belt out something. Maybe some of you are going to belt out a song. I don't know. Maybe you're going to write. I don't know. All I know is what I feel. And what I feel is a very, very strong, powerful energy to move forward in your truth, in your light, in your energy. Let me tell you something that kind of came upon me yesterday. Before we get into this message, I know sometimes I tend to go on before I start the message, but I have to go with this because it feels right. What I've been feeling lately is a lot of things. But I was having a discussion with my daughter yesterday, And I said to her, I feel like in light of everything that's been going on with this, some of you know about this situation. It's kind of like a situation with someone who tries to bully me. And this person is, I don't hate her. I don't. What I kept feeling is fear of her for several months. But I've been coming to this realization that, wait a minute, it's not about, this whole thing isn't about cowering and sort of disappearing in her shadow. It's more about me coming into my light, and more about me turning up the brightness of my light. The more she comes at me, the more I turn my light on. And I told my daughter, I said, listen, I feel like I've sort of turned a corner here, because just more recently, in the last few days, during the work week last week, she said something that normally would really just infuriate me and sort of fill me with fear. However, when she delivered her bully tactics, I, in the privacy of my own office, I just started laughing. And I was like, what? Normally I'm really angry. Normally I'm really mad. But I was like, I finally sort of realized, wait a minute. Practice what you preach. From what I've been hearing all these months and maybe years from Spirit about staying in your path in your own light, I finally realized. I said, you know what? To my daughter, I said, what my thoughts were really was about, that's your journey of anger, fear, resentment, whatever it is that you're inflicting on me, that's your journey, not mine. And I've been saying this prayer, my light is brighter and brighter, and yours is becoming dimmer and dimmer. You cannot overshadow me any longer. I won't allow it. And so Spirit is saying, this is the key. This is the key to mastering, to renewing, to rebuilding your strength, your tower. This is the key to finally come to that realization that, wait a minute, my light is on my path, not hers. Her path, her darkness is on her path, not mine. So why am I allowing it in? And I didn't beat myself up for it. All I did was I said, this is your journey, not mine. And I don't hate you. This is what I'm saying in my prayer, to sort of like reach out with my energy to say, I don't hate you for what you've done. But that's your journey. I don't have any business being in your journey, and you don't have any business being in mine. And let me tell you something, on this spiritual path and physical path, it is up to us to turn up the volume of that brightness of our light, to show up for ourselves, to no longer allow any other obstacle, no matter what. I'm just using my experience as a baseline, but to no longer allow anybody else's darkness to dim your light. And I've heard this over and over again, but until I finally realized it, it was words. But the power that I'm going to say empowerment and strength that I felt, in laughing over this rather than getting angry or crying or cowering or taking it out on my family. I felt a sense of release and freedom, because while you may be someone in the higher chain of management, I don't care. You cannot and will not dim my light any longer. You will not darken my doorway any longer, because there is a wall that is put up now that you can't penetrate. Yes, you have authority in certain ways, but you cannot stop me from moving forward. You cannot dim my light. You can't put out my flame. And it's not about I'm better, I'm stronger, I'm bigger, and I'll fight you. It's more about I've come into my power, my realization that I am a pillar of strength. And this is not going to be a battle anymore. You say what you have to say, and that's fine. But I don't have to accept it, and I don't have to let it live in me. I don't have to let it control my day, whether it's a good day or bad day, because of your dark energy. Spirit is saying whatever is going on in your life, it's coming to an ever-loving end, because you're winning. When I say you're winning, I don't mean you're going to roll over somebody so you can get ahead. I mean you're winning because you are in your authentic truth, your path, your light, not allowing anybody else's light to dim yours, because it's not possible energetically for someone else to take your path from you, to take your freedom from you, to take your joy from you. It is not, and never was, permissible for that to happen. You're the one that has to give yourself permission to not allow those things anymore to derail you from your mission, your journey, your light. Wow, that needed to be said. And this is just not just regarding my journey. It's in general what's going on in our lives. The very thought of somebody who has the audacity to try to bring me down to their level or lower, it doesn't piss me off anymore. It just brings up the value of my resolve to be the owner of my path, to not open the floodgates for everyone to come in and derail me. That doesn't mean that I'm going to be alone and not have anyone in my life. It means that yes, you can be in my life. However, my energy, my light is mine, and you can never take that from me, ever. Just like I can't take yours from you. And so Spirit wants us to be one with our own identities, with our own self, with our own power, with our own strength, with our own grace. One with a big open heart, a big open acceptance and embrace of who we are and who we were energetically created to be. It's only taken me what? How many years now? A lot of years. But once you come to that place, wow, it is a powerful realization that this journey is mine. Your journey is yours. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, because you're not welcome in mine. We all have our own paths. We all have our own identities, our own calling, our own. Nobody's calling is more important than the other. We all contribute to this beautiful path, this journey, this life. And I feel like that was my sacred opening. I love to have the sacred space every time I give a reading or a message, but that was it. Spirit says, you've got this. You've got this. I felt led to take a look at saints and angels to see what's what, to hear our angels, to see who's with us, right? And also I felt compelled to look at the Archangel, let me see, what does that say? Archangel Oracle cards, right? I haven't read from these in a while, and I might possibly look at the Light Seers Tarot because I did feel drawn to that as well. So let's get into this and see what Spirit has to say, because guys, this is a very spiritual upgrade and accomplishment that's coming through now, because in our future, in our coming years and coming months and years, we are in a different space than we were in these past several years, months, days, whatever it's been. We are in a different energy now. And Spirit says it's not something that's really how do I say this? It's not really a choice, it's a natural progression. And it's like our human bodies, when we grow, we just grow. It's not like we have a choice to not grow. We, we're babies forming in our mother's bellies, and then we're born and we grow bigger, stronger. We go in these phases where we crawl, then we walk, then we talk, or however it works. But we have these stages where we grow, and this is our life. This is our spiritual journey, our physical life, our growth. Exponential. Why am I hearing clarification? Okay, I'll go with it. Of who we are is what I'm hearing. Like this humongous realization of who we are. Some of you are going to be emotional on this journey. These changes coming in. And Spirit says that's okay. It's okay. Emotions play a big part of our spiritual and physical growth, right? And so, let me just do it this way. I think that'll work better. And so on this journey and this spiritual path, we are always learning and growing. Sometimes it takes us a very long time to get to the place where we can finally say, that's your journey, not mine. And it has come to a point where it's a stark realization of my truth. And it's happening with you. What else, guides? Yeah, there's an outpouring. There is a humongous love filling your heart. A love that is divine, a love that is vast as the universe coming in for you, with you, alongside you. And your love is like these rays that open up. It opens up your heart. It cracks open the real you, right? You ever notice, like, when I was a kid, so around the holidays, around Christmas and we would have a nut cracker, something to crack the really hard nuts. And we would have them in a dish, a nice little festive dish with a nutcracker on top of it. I think it was Brazil nuts, and I forgot what other one it was. Might have been walnuts. They're hard shells. And as a kid, using all my strength, I still couldn't crack them because I was a kid, right? I still wasn't strong enough to enjoy the goodness that was inside. And so I always had to rely on my father, mostly, to open them up for me. And so I remember feeling the satisfaction of, I would desire what was inside of those, and then I would feel that beautiful satisfaction of how yummy it was. And so Spirit is saying you have a deliciousness inside of you that many have not seen. And you just weren't strong enough before within yourself to open up your heart. But now, as we near the end of this year, the end of these last few weeks in December, heading into the holiday season, something is changing. Something is more real. Something is authentic. And it wants to come out and express itself in all of its beautiful truth and goodness. And this divine loving energy that is here to encourage you is saying, it's okay to grow. It's okay to be strong. It is natural to be all of those things that you are, that you were born to be. It is natural to desire a beautiful change. It's natural to have emotions over change. It is natural to cry over change. And it is natural to defend your own energy, okay? It's okay. And so I want to just tell you that in these last months, as I have been, someone has projected their nasty energy on me because they're miserable. I'm not going to beat myself up because I let them affect me that way. What I am going to say is I'm grateful for learning more about me, my boundaries, my energetic value. And I'm thankful for the opportunity that I had to see where I actually have the energy, the strength, and the power to keep that energy away from me, to not let it penetrate and affect me the way it did, because guess what? My light is showing. It's brighter now. And I say this with grace and humbleness and love. I want to tell you that every morning I've been having sort of a little ritual, lighting a candle and sort of praying and talking to myself and just putting it out there that my light is growing, and whoever is trying to derail me, you might as well give up, because it's not going to work anymore. I don't say this out of hate. I say it out of love for me. That you can come at me, but you'll get tired of not having an effect on me. You'll get tired of my light shining and burning through your darkness. And so I feel like this love that is coming in for some of you, I feel like for most of us, it is our strength, our light intensifying in brightness with every opportunity we have every experience we have to learn and grow, our light gets that much brighter when we recognize the value in those experiences. What else, guys? Manna from heaven is what I'm hearing. Manna from heaven. Manifestations are going wild. Manifestations are going crazy is what I'm hearing. Is how you're going to feel when your manifestations start coming in. I feel like the key component for some of you was you allowing yourself to stand up energetically for yourself and to put a stop to the effect that others have on you. I want to show you this card that came in. It's the child card. It came in upside down, but the reason why, and normally I don't do upside down cards, I don't do reverse cards a lot of times, but in this case, I immediately heard, you're not a child anymore. You're grown up. You know how to handle these things. You know how to delicately, but yet firmly stand your ground. And so Spirit is saying this is in regards to situations in our life, not just mine, but it's almost like the wheel has turned. I'm thinking of a Ferris wheel, right? That it seems like it stops at every car because they're either letting off or letting someone on. And it's like this slow progression where finally all the people are off that need to get off, and all the people that need to get on are on, and then they can finally start the ride, right? Where you can really experience it. And so it feels like Spirit is saying, or I feel that energy of, it's been a slow ride. It's been a, when is it my turn type of energy. But Spirit is saying the wheel now has turned in your favor to rise up, to say no more, and to say, it's your journey, not mine. Stay in your lane. One of the things that I wanted to tell you as well is when I went and I bought this candle, and trust me, I think everybody has a different experience with their rituals that they do. But when I looked at this candle, initially I wasn't going to buy it because the little spell and the prayer, I guess it's a spell, I don't know, but the little prayer on it was not nice. It's not me, I should say that. It's not me. The prayer, and this is kind of funny, I'm just going to say this. The prayer on it, the title was Bitch Be Gone, right? Bitch Be Gone. And I don't like that word. I don't like to call people that. It's disrespectful. But I looked at it and I thought to myself, this isn't just about the physical aspect of wanting somebody to go away and leave you alone. It's so much deeper. It's bully be gone, or it's more like, how do I say this? Dark energy go away. My light is strong now. And so I replaced the prayer with something different. Something more loving, something more kind, and something more gentle. But it was firm. And it was all about me growing into me and giving to myself that beautiful permission to love myself enough to not let anybody else's dark energy stand in my way. It was indeed a learning experience. A learning experience that is priceless. It's priceless. Because it has a very spiritual aspect to it, even though her energy is dark and not kind. The spiritual aspect to this, the spiritual lesson in this, is that it really showed me, and so I do have to thank her, not to her face, but I do have to thank her energy for showing me where I needed to grow, where I needed to assert my energy, my power for myself, within myself, and to come out into my light and to be in my light, like a spotlight on me, right? To say, this is not who I am. I'm not a coward. I'm not somebody who is going to submit and be sucked in by anybody else's energy any longer. That isn't good for me. Respect and honor my energy, my light, my path. Or don't be in it at all. Don't be in my life if you can't honor that. And so Spirit is saying this example of what I've been going through and the lesson I learned from that isn't even about bitch be gone. It is more about my light shining bright. Stay in your darkness if you want, or do what you want with your path, but that's no longer allowed to mess with mine. So, what else, guys? I've been saying this the last 2 readings, and it's really coming to light. So, be thankful and appreciative for the experiences you've had. Understand that everything we do is about growth. It's about growth and learning. Because look at the reward here. The reward, right? Your guardian angel is saying a reward is coming in for you as you look deeper. You look deeper into your own goodness, the deliciousness that's hiding in that shell. That's hiding in that shell. The goodness of who you are, the beauty of who you are, not just physically, energetically. And Spirit is saying there's rewards coming in for you for doing that, for being in your truth, for being an activist for self-love. Thank you, Mother Teresa energy. Being an activist for self-love. Your love. I heard God's love. The love of nature, the universe. Whatever it is that's important to you. You are becoming an activist more and more and more. And let me tell you, I'm branching out in some ways that I haven't said anything to anybody yet, but I will in time. As I am activating my activist energy for certain things that I believe will help others. And it is an energy that is rich in truth. At the core, the genuineness, the originality, the fullness of love. What else, guides? There are many things in our lives that take us away from our commitment to ourselves, including when you're in a partnership or relationship of any kind. When we give into give our power away, so to speak, and when we submit to someone else's expectations or their approval, live for their approval, it diminishes our light. But when we assert ourselves in such a way where we feel energetically stronger, more authentic, more in our own energy, something happens that either creates a bigger distance or a stronger bond between you and that person. And so I feel as if it could go either way for all of you, for all of us, right? And if it creates a bigger gap between you and someone else, then that means that situation or person really wasn't meant to be in your life, because we are meant to walk in the energy of truth, authenticity, and love. And whoever loves us back should be in respect of your light, your energy, your path. And so our angels are saying the commitment to yourself is here. It's coming in. It's here for a lot of you. That realization that my commitment to living my best life starts with me. Not with submitting to someone else's wishes for you, for your life, your path. It starts with you. Let me tell you something. I'm going to go into this a little bit more about my situation. This person that I've actually been in a little bit of fear of since I started working where I am. And I have been living every day with stomach aches, headaches, a heaviness, a heavy energy weighing me down, because it was like this consistent anger, resistance, rebellion, whatever it was coming from that person, projecting it onto me. I couldn't see through all of that in the beginning, because that energy is so strong coming from her that it nearly took me down. And I will be real with you, I really thought I was going to seek emergency therapeutic help, because I just couldn't. I would tremble. There were certain things I would tremble in fear from her. And having reported that to the right authorities at where I work, it's kind of, I don't want to sound negative, but it's kind of typical in the workplace that higher hierarchy, the higher you are on that totem pole, the more you can get away with, pretty much. I mean, it's kind of just a fact that happens. It's not me being negative. And that's what made me fear as well. But something happened within me that totally changed my how do I say it? Not only my perception, but my energetic value. And it really opened up something for me, very much. I am generally, I'm a very loving, nurturing person. And Spirit says your reward and your gift to yourself, one of your rewards and one of the gifts to yourself, is to be good to you first. To be good to yourself first. And it has to come from deep within. And so I like to do these sort of ceremonial things, to like lighting candles and saying, getting really into the heart of things, in my heart. And so Spirit is saying whatever works for you is good for you. I'm going to use my my coaching, life coaching, my spiritual life coaching. I'm going to be incorporating some things energetically, spiritually into that practice, because that's why I originally wanted to do this. I do have 2 certificates now, life coaching and spiritual life coaching. And it is really important to me to honor my journey, to honor my calling, and to incorporate the spirituality into that to help others. And so I'm working on some things, but I feel very appreciative of what I am called to do. Anything else from this deck, guides? Forgiveness card pops out. It's Mary Magdalene. Now, Mary Magdalene, from the stories I've read, and just feeling that energetic kind of story about her, I feel like she is a poster child for forgiveness, forgiving herself, forgiving life's circumstances. And I feel like her energy is here to say to all of you, once you forgive yourself and you allow yourself to be in your calling, you allow yourself to be you, you allow yourself to just be, it opens that cell door that felt locked for so long, that prison and imprisonment feeling. And when you can go on your path in your own energy, it is a vast difference. What else? Anything else in this deck? There's a generous energy coming in for you. This interesting St. Nicholas, right? As we are nearing the holidays and people, kids think of Santa or whatever. This generosity is about giving, and it feels like it's something or somebody giving to you because of all the work you've been doing within yourself to uncover your truth, to bring it forward into the light, and to push away the darkness. And so Spirit says, this energy of St. Nicholas is here as if there are gifts for you. Not just on Christmas, but there are blessings pouring in for you because of the work that you've done within yourself. I want to tell you that there is a need for stress management. In the world we're living in now, yes. But stress management is very apparent here, that it's something that is needed. And Spirit says, you've got this. You've got this. What am I hearing about excessive drinking? Excessive what? Using something as a crutch rather than accessing. And there's nothing wrong with having a drink now and then. There's nothing wrong with that. To each his own. Whatever you do, you do. But know that your light is brighter than you could ever imagine. Okay? Anything else, guys? So I want to look at the Angel Oracle card deck here, because I feel that there is something here that might be of value to you and to me. Anything, guys? What do you have to say? Yep. Remember who you are. Remember who you are. And take comfort in that. Remember who you are. And be comfortable in your truth. That's exactly what Spirit is saying is going on right now. Coming to that place of remembrance. Of checking in with your originality, your authenticity. Because that adds way more. I keep hearing the word value, so I'm going to keep using it. Value to your energetic surroundings. More value brings in more value. I'm thinking that's the only one from that deck, guys. Is that right? Let's see. Or is there one more? Okay. There's a light bulb going off over your head. It's like I love to view paintings and pictures of the city at night, whatever city it is, and the lights start to go on. You see the lights going on in the skyline. You see the beauty of all the different lights kind of going on with all the buildings, apartments, whatever it is, businesses, the lights going on. It's beautiful. But so Spirit says there's ideas coming in. There is a brilliance about you that you don't know, that you're not aware of. Some ideas coming in to assist you on your path, on your journey, on your way. You are well on your way to something beautiful and stunning. Your light will be so bright that everyone else will need sunglasses in your presence, so to speak. Because that prosperity is showing, it's glowing, it's coming in. And here it shows a cornucopia of gold. And so this Archangel, why does that seem fuzzy? Ariel is she's happy to where did I hear this? Disseminate the goods. She's happy to pass out the goods, to hand out the goods, to award you, reward you with blessings, with gifts, with that energetic feeling of pricelessness. She's here for you in love and in light. And she's saying, you have no idea how much you're worth. You think you might. Maybe on paper this is what you think you are. But guess what? Energetically and inside, you're way more than that. Way more than that. Way, way more than that. You're going to be clearing your space, your energy. You might even be doing some cleaning. But Spirit says there are things in your home that are bringing in energy that isn't valuable to you. It isn't aligning with you any longer. So you may be purging some things. You may be getting rid of some things. And Spirit says, don't worry. You're going to receive things in place of that to replace those things. Because now those are old energies that don't belong anymore. I just heard someone's getting a makeover. And that's your entire being. Your face, your hair, your clothing. Some of you may even be moving to a new location. A whole new you. Starting over, and Spirit said no, starting new. Not over. You're not doing the same thing all over. You're starting new, baby. You're starting new. So spread your wings and get ready to fly, because you are on a mission now to honor yourself, to live in the fullness of your authenticity, and to be in your light, in your path, in every way. I feel like Spirit is saying, if you don't resonate with this by now, maybe this isn't your reading, but for the most part, for those of you that are here, this is your reading, and it will apply to you in whatever way it's supposed to. I want to see something else here. Bear with me 2 seconds, and then I'll close this out, and we can be on our way and do what we do. Show me the way, guides. Show me. What do we have here? Oh, what I'm hearing is negativity speaks volumes. So if you're speaking negative about yourself or something at where you are at work or wherever, stop, immediately stop, because it's going to come back to bite you. And it's not welcome where you are. It's not welcome in your energy, talking negative. So it does feel like I'm seeing the number 4. And it feels energetically like maybe you're kind of been dwelling on what's not right with you, what's not right in your circumstances. But Spirit says you may be focusing on the negative, like negative talk, negative self-talk, feeling and playing into the overarching energy of where you are in that environment. Maybe it's that energy is kind of feeding, sort of like that energy is sort of trying to draw your energy into the darkness. And so Spirit is saying, if you feel like you've lost your passion or motivation for life, be mindful of the opposite, the opportunities waiting for you that you are holding back from seeing because you're wrapped up in that negative energy. You could be fantasizing, you could be daydreaming, you could be focusing on, I wish I wasn't in this place and I'd do this. But how about rephrasing that negative talk and saying, this is only temporary. My path is wide open for me to explore new opportunities, and I will be in the job, career, or calling that I'm supposed to be in. This is just a stepping stone. It's a learning place for me. And once I have learned what I need to, then I will move on. And so, do you see the difference? I can take a lesson from that as well, because believe me, I was sucked down into all of that for months, and I feel lighter now. And all I can do is take it day by day and remember how it feels to be the master of my own feelings, my own experiences, my own path. And so I feel like Spirit is saying, don't wallow, don't cry over spilled milk, because it's just that. It's done, it's over, you know. It's more of a feeling of, you may be even feeling a little awkwardness. So, I don't know, I just feel like there is an opportunity to move forward now in your own light. I'm going to wrap it up with something I've been kind of picking up on, and it's an energy that's sort of like swords in tarot, right? It's about winning by walking away. It's about victory in grace, victory in potential catfights or arguments or heated discussions. And, excuse me, goodness, the victory is more about you conquering and holding, excuse me, my goodness, holding your light and pushing away the darkness. There is on the horizon, I will say this, for some of you, there is a pending disagreement or somebody coming after you, and I don't mean that in a negative way, but this is really your time to shine and to approach it with grace, because look at, first of all, the most important thing is that you honor yourself, but second, there are eyes watching you that you're not aware of and how you handle these things, okay? So be graceful and know that whatever this is, it isn't really oh shit, something bad's coming. It's more like, okay, so let me just be armed with my light, my grace, and do and react the way that is authentically right for me. And you will win this without fighting back. You will win this by it is called, what I'm hearing is quiet victory. Winning without words. Winning without harsh words. Winning without going to the dark side. Winning just by your grace, right? And that doesn't mean that you are winning because you had the best harsh words, or you threatened, or you whatever. It's you standing your ground and showing your true colors, your strength, while that person shows their true colors, their negativity, their darkness, their childlike behavior, whatever. Temper tantrums. It is time for you to rise up, my queen and my king, to be who you are, and to be setting foot and launching your path in a lighter way, in a better way, in a brighter way. I feel like, I'm just going to show you the card that popped out while I was speaking, the Five of Swords. And so I feel like now, with you armed with this knowledge that there could be some kind of disagreement or harshness coming your way, you will be walking away from a potentially damaging argument by being graceful. Listen, whatever this is that's coming in, you've got this, okay? This is your launching point. It is the point where you finally say enough. Enough. I'm done. People might see this Five of Swords as a bad omen. Because it does represent some underhanded things, or deception, or lack of communication, or stress, or something coming in that's really just unacceptable. This is your opportunity to be victorious. And so I will tell you that whatever situation this is, whether it's a relationship, it's a work relationship, it's a friend relationship, whatever this is in your life, it's more than likely in the workplace. Okay? Remember these words when something like this happens, because you are stronger. Your light is brighter, and it is your path. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Oh, I think there is going to be a meeting. So if there's a meeting, be careful. Be strong. Be supportive to yourself. And most of all, be genuine and true to who you are inside. Love and light to all of you. Namaste.